Okay, it's exactly noon, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. My name is Tamara Jenkins. I am the Communication and Engagement Manager for the Illinois Library Association, and welcome to today's ILA New Network, how your library can be your local author's best friend. Before we get started, I just wanted to let everyone know that this webinar is being recorded and will be posted later this week on the ILA website in the New Network on the New Network archive page. Also, I just want to give a brief introduction to our two wonderful speakers. Today, first we'll start with Miss Anna Beam. Anna is the e-content specialist at the Reaching Across Illinois Library System, also known as RAILS, where she supports and manages several statewide library ebook initiatives. Anna likes libraries so much she has spent the last 15 years working in them. She lives in Chicago with her two cats, Ghost and Bear. And next we have Miss Lucy Terabor. Lucy is the Adult Programming and Marketing Coordinator at the Clarendon Hills Public Library, where she plans and manages all adult library programs and creates the library newsletter. She has also been a member of the soon-to-be-famous Illinois Author Project team since 2014. Lucy lives in Clarendon Hills with her husband and occasional boomerang children. And now it is my pleasure to welcome Anna and Lucy. Ladies.
Hi, thanks so much, Tamara. And thank you everybody for joining in. I hope everybody is healthy today. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a background before I turn it over to Anna, and she can really get into the nitty-gritty of some awesome tools that we have that you can use and promote to your local authors. Our work to help librarians and librarians help local authors began back in 2013, which is when we launched the soon-to-be-famous Illinois Author Project. We wanted to demonstrate the power of libraries and librarians to always bring the best of the best to our patrons, and that includes indie and self-published books. We gave out our first award in 2014, and with the help of many volunteer librarians, just like you, we've continued to do so every year since. We just announced our 2020 winners. Holly Smurthwaite was the winner for adult fiction for her book, The Color of Trauma. And Otto Schaefer was the winner in the young adult category for his book, The Secret Journal. So we congratulate them, and we urge you to check out their books because they really are very good. One other thing that we did to further our work for authors was to launch a manuscript project, which we did last year, a manuscript contest. We had authors submit unpublished manuscripts that were evaluated by our wonderful librarian judges. The author of the winning manuscript receives professional line editing services and cover design. And if the author chooses to self-publish, their book is automatically entered in the soon-to-be-famous self-published book contest the following year as a semifinalist. Our 2020 manuscript winner was just announced also, and her name is Kate Robards, and her manuscript is entitled The Songbird Baby. And I just want to mention that the manuscript contest for this year is open now. So please encourage those patrons of yours who are writers, or if any of you are writers, to consider entering this. It's a wonderful contest and a chance to really get some awesome prizes too if you are the winner. And again, all of these awards are really part of our effort to recognize and promote quality self-published fiction, guided by not the big five publishers or the journals, but by you, the librarians, who are really trusted to do just this, to recommend great reads to our patrons. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Anna, and she will get into some of the wonderful things that you can offer.
Yeah, thank you, Lucy, and thank you to ILA for having me today to talk about some of these resources. Like Tamara said, my name is Anna Beam. I'm the e-content specialist at the Reaching Across Illinois Library System. First and foremost, I am a librarian, so that is what I do. I build and manage and promote e-content collections that Rails provides to our members, including the BiblioBoard Library, which I'm going to talk about today, and Inky.org, which I am going to talk about right now. So Inky.org is a service that Rails launched in October of 2019, so just over a year ago. It feels like a lot longer than that these days, but it was just over a year ago that we started Inky.org. And you might be wondering, what the heck is it? What the heck is Inky.org? And I'm going to tell you. So it is first and foremost a website. It is a project that we partner with a company called BiblioBoard on, and it is a place where you can go to find a suite of resources. And that support Illinois authors with online book creation and publishing tools. So the way we do that is with access to online software called Pressbooks. So Pressbooks is a really easy to use software that allows authors to upload things that they've written, so their written work, design it, and then export it as an ebook file, which they can then take and do whatever they want to with it. Inky.org also allows readers to access locally produced content. And so it provides access to an ebook platform called the BiblioBoard Library, which is a place where readers can go to discover and read content by local and self-published authors. I'm going to talk a lot more about BiblioBoard in a little while. One of the great things about Inky.org, one of the things we really love about it, is that it is available at no cost to anyone in Illinois via Rails and your local library. So it is provided by Rails. Access to Inky.org is provided by Rails, but it is not just for Rails libraries. You can be anywhere in the state of Illinois in order to access Inky.org. And there is no cost for it. There's really nothing that a library needs to do in order to get Inky.org. You don't need to sign up for it. There are no forms to fill out. There's no fees to pay. You really just need to take the link, Inky.org, make it available to your users and to promote it. So that's a brief overview of what Inky.org is. I'm going to get into what some of the features of it are. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about Pressbooks specifically. So Pressbooks is that easy to use online software that allows readers to take the content that they've written and create and publish ebook files. So I say it's easy to use, and I don't use that term easy to use lightly, but it really is relatively intuitive. I counted, it only is 5 steps to go from getting to Pressbooks all the way to creating an ebook file. So what a user needs to do is they just need to go onto Inky.org, navigate to the Pressbooks part of the website, register for a Pressbooks account. So you do need to come up with a username and a password. Then you're going to add your book information. And so that's things like title, author, all of that fun metadata. Add and organize your text. So you could even just copy and paste or import directly from Word. If you've done that and you have like headings in your document, Pressbooks will take that information and just import them directly as chapter headings. And then the fun part, select a design theme, which includes picking your fonts and styles and uploading a cover design into Pressbooks. And then you just hit that export button and you can create an EPUB file, you can create a PDF file, you can even create a MOBI file, which is the file type that Amazon uses. If you want to take your ebook and then make it available for sale on Amazon, you can do that with Pressbooks software. Inky.org also provides access to training resources and documentation for people if they need some help accessing the service. So you find that link right on Inky.org, and I've got a couple of screenshots to show you of the website. And so when you're on Inky.org and you navigate over to the authors page, you'll find some information on how to create an ebook. And you just smash this Create Your Ebook button right here. That's going to take you to the Pressbooks portal. Which is where you will sign in with your Pressbooks account. And then it will take you to a dashboard where you can upload your text. And so this is where you're going to go and you're actually going to put in all of the things that you've written. You can organize it, again, pick your fonts, all that good stuff. And then this dashboard, you're also going to see some options for exporting that file or for publishing it. So it really is that simple. Since we launched Inky.org, like I said, a little over a year ago, 244 Illinois authors have already been using these tools to create books. And as of today, it's just over 200 ebooks have been created by Illinois authors via Pressbooks, and that number grows weekly. So that is in and of itself pretty exciting, but like I said, there is more to Inky.org that I'm going to tell you about. After you've created your ebook file, your very own self-published book, Inky.org provides authors with a way to get that book out into the world and in front of readers. There are a couple of different ways to do this, and the first way I want to talk about is that authors can submit their book to be included in something called Indie Author Project Select. So Indie Author Project Select is a collection of ebooks, of independently or self-published ebooks. It is available nationwide via the BiblioBoard platform, and these are independently published novels that have been submitted to Library Journal, have been reviewed by Library Journal, and selected by Library Journal as sort of the best of independently published or self-published novels out there. For librarians, this is a really great place where you can go if you want to be able to provide your readers with more self-published books and you aren't really sure where to start. This is a collection that has already been vetted for you, so it's a really great resource if you're looking to recommend some things that aren't available in other ways. So like I said, it is available nationwide. And one of the places where you can access it is the BiblioBoard Library. And so that is where readers can go to access these materials. For authors, one of the great benefits of being a part of this collection is that you do have the potential to earn royalties via Indie Author Project Select. And so the way that this works, this is a program that BiblioBoard started about a year ago. And what happens is when items are added to Indie Author Project Select into this collection, they are also made available on other ebook platforms. They're sold as bundles in places like the Overdrive Marketplace, for example. And other e-content vendors. So what'll happen then is if a library purchases a bundle of these titles to be added into their Overdrive platform, anytime those materials circ on Overdrive, authors earn royalties for this. And so that is a really exciting program. Like I said, it was launched a little over a year ago. Since Inky.org has been going, about 70 Illinois authors have been selected for Indie Author Project Select, which is really exciting. And their items have circled over 10,000 times since the royalty program was launched. BiblioBoard will be announcing what this means in terms of money earned. Early next year, they're going to do a big announcement to kind of go over this program, which is really exciting. So regardless of whether or not an author's ebook is selected for Indie Author Project Select, if you submit an ebook to this program, at the very least, it's still going to end up on BiblioBoard. It's still going to end up in a place where readers can discover that ebook and read it. And that will be through a collection called Indie Illinois. And so Indie Illinois is a collection of independently published books by Illinois authors, just Illinois authors. Submissions are vetted for content, but as long as they're acceptable, meaning they don't violate copyright in any way, they're going to be added to the Indie Illinois collection. So this is like Indie Author Project Select. It's available statewide via the BiblioBoard Library, so it lives on BiblioBoard, which again I will be talking more about in just a minute. And the way that an author will submit their book to Indie Illinois and to Indie Author Project Select is directly through Inky.org. So again, Inky.org is sort of the one-stop shop for authors to not only publish their ebooks, but then make those ebooks available to readers. And so the way that someone would do this is when they're on Inky.org, you're going to navigate to the author's Share Your Ebook page. You're going to see information about the things that I've just talked about Indie Illinois and Indie Author Project Select. And then there's a link down here to submit your work to Indie Author Project Select. And after a couple weeks, if it again is accepted, it will end up in the BiblioBoard Library. So again, it's a really exciting service to be able to provide to your local authors. On top of adding an ebook into this library ebook collection, you also have the opportunity to submit your book to the soon to be famous Illinois Author Project. We do have a link to that directly on Inky.org. Lucy talked a little bit about this already. Oh, this is the page for what it looks like when an author is going to submit their book for Indie Author Project Select. So like Lucy talked about, the soon to be famous Illinois Author Project. This is an annual contest that was started by library professionals here in Illinois. And it was designed to recognize excellence in independently published or self-published books, and really as a way to use the power of libraries to support independently published authors. So there are currently 2 categories of winners in Illinois. You can win for adult fiction and for young adult fiction. Prizes include a $500 prize, statewide recognition by Illinois libraries, inclusion in a full-page print spread in Library Journal, print book sales to libraries, and inclusion in the nationwide Indie Author Project contest, which I will talk about in just a minute. So we just announced the 2020 soon to be famous winners just over a week ago. Like Lucy said, it was Holly Smurthwaite for The Color of Trauma, and then Otto Schaefer for The Secret Journal. And like I said, there is more information about soon to be famous available on inky.org. And then there's also, I mentioned the Indie Author Project and the Indie Author of the Year contest. So this is something that was inspired by the soon to be famous Illinois Author Project. So we started the contest here in Illinois. BiblioBoard heard about it and they're like, that sounds like a pretty cool idea. We want to expand this. And so that's what they've done is the contest there are now indie author contests in 14 states and 1 Canadian province. So we have gone international. It is, and then in 2019, what they did is they launched a nationwide contest. So what that is they take all the winners of the statewide contest and they enter them into one big nationwide contest and pick one winner out of that pool of statewide winners. So the first year they did this, like I said, was last year, 2019. And the very first winner was Rand Walker. He was the 2019 Indie Author of the Year. For this, the prizes included $1,000 prize money, recognition at national conferences, and audiobook production of the winning novel. And Rand, just shout out to Rand, he's a really fantastic person and a really great supporter of libraries. So one of the really cool things that he did was after winning the Indie Author of the Year contest is that he announced that his next book that he published he was going to make exclusive to libraries for the first several weeks that he published it. So this was happening at a time when some other larger publishers were restricting the sale of ebooks to libraries, and Rand said, "No, I'm going to help you guys out," and made his ebook exclusive to libraries, which was pretty exciting, a pretty exciting thing. So and besides the Indie Author Project and the nationwide contest, one more contest that I'm going to mention, and Lucy already talked about it. And that is the Manuscript Project contest. But I wanted to put a slide up about it again because we are accepting submissions for it right now, all the way until January 3rd. So if you know any authors or are an author yourself, please consider submitting to this contest. This is an annual contest for unpublished works of fiction. So a manuscript that's not quite ready for publication. It was a contest that was kind of designed to follow NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, and for people to be able to take things that they've maybe written or worked on in that month and then submit them to this contest. The winner receives professional line editing services, cover design, and support. And they are also an automatic semifinalist in next year's soon-to-be-famous Illinois Author Project contest. So again, this is Kate, our current or reigning winner of the Manuscript Project. She won for her work, The Songbird Baby. So we are excited to see what happens with that project. So that's what inky.org can do for authors. Those are the services that we provide for self-published and for local authors. Again, the creating and sharing features are available on inky.org. And then there's also, we provide services for readers. We are librarians, so we do provide access to books. So I'm going to talk about BiblioBoard, about the BiblioBoard Library. So BiblioBoard, I've mentioned it a few times before. It is an e-content platform, so it's kind of like Overdrive or Access 360 or Cloud Library. It is a platform that provides readers with access to e-content. And in this case, I should say, it provides access to over 30,000 ebooks and more. What is unlike Overdrive and Access 360 is that all of the content that is available via the BiblioBoard library is available for simultaneous use. So there's no holds, no waiting. If all of the readers in your town want to be reading last year's winner of Soon to Be Famous, The Bone Shroud, if they all want to read that at the same time, have a big town-wide book club, they can do that. BiblioBoard just makes, like I said, everything available for simultaneous use. So that's pretty exciting. Anyone in Illinois can be accessing the materials that are available on BiblioBoard. You do not need to have a library card. You don't even need to have a login. It's a really great service for unserved populations for that reason. And what they do is they geolocate the entire collection to the state of Illinois. So you really just need to be within the state borders in order to access these materials. Again, no library card, no login, simultaneous use. And for libraries, the way that you access it, it's just like Inky.org. You do not need to sign up for it. There are no forms to fill out, no fees to pay. All you need to do is provide the link to BiblioBoard, illinois.biblioboard.com, to your users. So just stick that on your website, promote it. That's all you have to do. To readers via a website and an app. I've got an image of the app up there. That's what it looks like. You can download it, Apple App Store, Google Play Store, etc., all that good stuff. And then finally, I want to acknowledge libraries. And libraries as the spaces where the magic happens when it comes to local authors and self-publishing. I have to acknowledge all that we do to support our local authors, because we provide access to these independently published ebooks via services like the BiblioBoard Library, but as well also community collections and print sales. We provide the space, programs, computers, Wi-Fi. We're your cheerleaders for our local writing community. And access to Inky.org is made possible by your library. So for that reason, we also provide support and resources for libraries on Inky.org. So you can find a whole section of marketing collateral and other information for libraries. And just sort of an extra shout out about the power of libraries when it comes to self-published authors and independently published books. I want to mention this year's Soon to Be Famous Illinois Author Project winners again, and specifically specifically Holly. Because really cool thing about this book, The Color of Trauma, is this year's winner of the Soon to Be Famous Illinois Author Project. Holly was actually our very first winner of the Manuscript Project in 2019 for her manuscript, The Color of Trauma. She submitted it kind of last minute, kind of on a whim, and it won the contest. And so she got that professional line editing services, and she got professional cover design as the winner of the project, and she got automatically entered into this year's Soon to Be Famous Illinois Author Project contest, which she then won. The thing that I think is really exciting about that story is that Holly found out about the manuscript project from a lecture series at the Northbrook Public Library as part of the Northbrook Writes series. She saw a flyer at the library sitting on the table and said, you know, that sounds like a pretty good idea. I'm going to go ahead and enter. And so I think it's this really cool story of how, you know, a library just sort of started all of this for her, where, you know, she went there for their writing programs, saw the flyer, won the manuscript contest, and now she is our, you know, statewide self-published book contest winner, and she's moving on to be included in the nationwide, or I'm sorry, in the nationwide contest. So pretty exciting. This whole thing I think is exciting. I keep saying that, I know. So I wanted to mention that and all that you can do, all that libraries do for their local authors. And sort of to answer the question, how your library can be your local author's best friend. The thing that I suggest, that I recommend you do, add these links to your library's website, add Inky.org, add illinois.biblioboard.com to your website, promote them, get them out there to your users, to your local authors. And I look forward to reading all that the authors of Illinois have to give us. So. That's it for my part. I've got time for questions, I think.
Thank you. It doesn't look like we have any questions right now. So if Lucy, did you have anything else you'd like to add?
I do have one little extra exciting announcement to make. We're letting you in on something that's not really officially happening yet, but it's in the works. We just wanted to let you know that the soon to be famous Illinois Author Project is working on adding a Spanish language category to our contest, because we know we have a lot of libraries with a lot of Spanish speaking patrons, and you have collections of Spanish books in Spanish. So we're working on it. This is in the works. I can't give you a whole lot of specifics yet, but we hope to be able to launch a contest for books originally written in Spanish sometime next year. So keep watching. There will be, when it's a done deal, there will be information on inky.org, and there will be information on the Soon to Be Famous website, which is soontobefamous.info. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, thank you both. It looks like we still don't have any questions. So what we'll do now is we'll wrap it up. I want to thank both Lucy and Anna for joining us today and presenting this incredible presentation on the wonderful world of inky.org. If you'd like more information, I'm going to put my email in the chat box. It's T as in Tom, JENKINS @ILA.org. Please feel free to shoot me any questions. And even if you have questions directly for Lucy or Anna, I'll make sure that they get those questions. I'd like to thank everybody today, especially our presenters, Anna Beam and Lucy Tammerbohr, for joining us. Please join us again for the next new network webinar. Looks like we're going to start back up in January 2021. Everyone, thank you so much. Have a great day and stay safe.